Our culture is don't really give teens any clarity on what they should be doing to contribute. So a lot of times this is kind of when we start making a bunch of mistakes because there's no way to contribute. So it's on us as parents to give them those opportunities to contribute, to listen to them, to say, hey, would you like my advice? The other day, I went to my teenager and I walked up to her to give her some advice after her track meet. I ran track when I was younger and I was pretty good at it, if I might say so myself. So I gave her some advice and I simply said, hey, make sure you don't forget to stay on the balls of your feet and use your arms if you start to feel tired at the end of the race. Lean into your arms, it'll help you. You would have thought that I had told her she was the worst child that ever lived and I was going to put her up for adoption because she responded so hurt and frustrated with me. And it almost threw me off. I mean, she went into saying that I don't support her and I treat the other kids better than her. And I was just like, what in the world for like half a second? But my training kicked in. And I realized that as a parenting coach from the Jai Institute of Parenting, I had made a fundamental mistake. Instead of listening to her and giving her a chance to communicate with me, I came in and I told her exactly what she needed to do. While this isn't because I don't appreciate her, I don't respect her, or even have bad intentions at all, it doesn't work for her age, where she is in her life at this point. I should have done something a bit different. I should have walked up to her and simply said, what do you feel like you could have done differently? Or how did you feel about your race? Or simply, wow, I think you did a great job. What do you think you did well? Just listened to her. Teenagers get a bad rep in our culture. We do a good job at talking about teenagers as if they completely lost their minds, but it's not really them. It's us. Not that we are doing things because we are bad and don't want to treat them the right way. It's not because there's something wrong with us. It's because we don't have enough information often about how to engage our teenager. One thing that's important for parents of teens to remember is that everything in a teenager's body is telling them that it is their turn to contribute. It's not about them simply being a docile child anymore. It's about them contributing. Our primary goal as parents is to raise our children to be thriving adults, not to be our children. This is where we often mess up because when they get to that transitioning to adulthood phase, which is teen years, we're still treating them like children. We expect them to still just go to school, do their homework, and follow rules. This is their time to contribute. So their body and their mind is telling them, it's your turn. This is why they start to move away from us just a little bit. So it's not them. It's us. It is time for us to transition in our connection, in our relationship with them, and be willing to listen to them. While my intentions were not bad in any way, and it could seem like, wow, she should not have responded that way to me because I was just giving her advice. It was important for me to give her the opportunity to contribute. This is the key thing that we want to do for our teenagers because culturally, we've taken so much of that away. My parents, when they were younger, they were working, even married as teenagers. They had very clear ways to contribute to society. And our culture is don't really give teens any clarity on what they should be doing to contribute. So a lot of times this is kind of when we start making a bunch of mistakes because there's no way to contribute. So it's on us as parents to give them those opportunities to contribute, to listen to them, to say, hey, would you like my advice? That's something that's a very powerful tool for teenage parents to use is would you like some advice or would you like some support? And guess what? We should listen to them. If they say no, the answer be no. No is a complete sentence. No. And just let that be. And that will let them know that we honor and appreciate who they are and what they're becoming. And in turn, they'll often turn back to us. Thankfully, we have not had this problem again because I recognized my mistake and I improved on it. And so from then on, I have taken the time to just ask her questions and listen to her. And so they still need us. So she now comes to me, Mom, what do you think I could have did differently in that race? And so it's an easier process when we let them know that we are willing to let them contribute because they have so much to contribute. Their brains are processing information at a higher rate than they ever have before and they ever will again. So this is their chance. The teen years, the opportunity for them to explore, try new things, take risks, and we want to make sure we're there to support them through those years. They still need us. And in order for us to be good at that and available to them, we got to treat them like they're adults in training, not children. There's so many things that we can do to support our teenagers. And for more tips for how to support your teenager, visit the Jai Institute of Parenting on Instagram and online.